Currently I'm driving, of course, and I'm possibly unable to get a good or even great angle, so just bear with me right now. Every time I try to get a dash cam, they end up breaking, so it doesn't work out successfully. But anyway, I wanted to talk about energy and vibrations, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. When you are a high vibrational person, when you are not just working on healing, but when you are healed and you ascend because of your ability to be able to heal and thus shine brighter, then maybe, perhaps, shine brighter than you ever have been able to before. Your light or your vibration is elevated, right? And in the process of you having that high vibration, you are going to attract a multitude of people. You are not necessarily going to attract your alike. In fact, I find, right, that it doesn't, being high vibrational doesn't negate the fact that you won't be able to find your tribe. But it becomes, at some point, or at least at the level that I'm experiencing currently, it becomes a little more difficult to find your tribe, because your tribe and or your people are still on a level of ascending. And when you are on that level, you are minding your motherfucking business. And when you're doing that, you tend to socialize less, and that kind of enables you to be able to find your tribe or find your alike, because you're really not out there doing that type of work that needs to be done in order to be able to find your tribe or your people. You know, you're still at the level of minding your fucking business, working on yourself as far as either to keep ascending, keep being great, doing great, trying to attract more and better, you know, in your life, trying to work on being in alignment with your value, you know, what your worth is, and bringing in what you know you deserve. So you kind of have tunnel vision, you know, you get into the zone of having tunnel vision where your focus is yourself, not necessarily getting out there and putting in other types of work to be able to meet your alike. At least that's what I'm experiencing, right? And so the people who have made it with you to the level you've ascended to are the people that have been doing the work, and so your energies are matching, and those are the people that you maintain relationships with. So when you take all of that into account, like I said, you're not really out trying to meet people, you know, new people. You know, you're not. You just have tunnel vision when you in your zone. I'm in my zone. And forgive me for still talking third party. I ain't get that shit down pat yet. But I'm trying to get to the point of explaining that, talking in third party terms also means that I'm trying to get you to understand and identify that it's not just me, it's not just you, it's us, it's we that is experiencing what we are experiencing right now. You're not bugging, you know, you're not on no bullshit. It's not just all in your head, that this is in fact what it is. And so when you get to a point of healing, or that you have healed from some shit and you're now coasting and getting yourself in a zone where you're able to You're about to embark on the next level up, but you're aware that healing is Pandora's box. So you have some more healing to do from certain situations, because even as you're healing, new levels bring new devils, and sometimes when you're doing that healing work, you are reminded of a lesson of the past that you either need to heal from or need not to forget in order to get to the level of ascension that you're trying to go to. All of this to say that people who are in a lower vibrational than you are at any point of your life are always going to be attracted to your light. They're always going to be attracted to the level of ascension that you are, because they either aspire to be that, or they may be kind of like stuck in a certain place that they're going through the trenches right now. In layman's terms, they're going through the trenches, and your light is like a sign of relief for them. Like, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Your light could be possibly allowing someone to look at you as a sense of direction. You know what I'm saying? And it is our due diligence to discern those type of people and be able to understand that everybody ain't going to be able to go with you. And that sometimes when you are in a certain level of healing and you can relate to the level that they are, that unfortunately you can't go back to that level. This is the difference between sympathy and empathy, right? Because sometimes when you go back to where once you came, it could be intentional or unintentional, but they have, or they could try to bring you down to their level. Because remember, you don't always attract what you are. That shit, it don't fucking go like that. You don't necessarily always attract what you are. And even though these may be people, that we care about or once cared about, we cannot allow people to infiltrate our energy in that matter to the point that we feel so much sympathy for them that we are willing to either downgrade ourselves or keep taking steps back away from our own energy in order to help someone else up. See, people have different relationships also, not with just themselves, but with the universe. And when you have those different relationships, the universe is going to upgrade them according to the work that they put in order to get themselves out of certain situations and into better situations. So you are now stepping out of your role and actually trying to play the role of the universe or of a God and trying to go back and pull them up. That is why, or that is part of the reason why you could possibly descend and go to a lower vibe, because you are stepping out of your ascension and the work that you've done to go back and reach for somebody else. And you cannot do that. It's unfortunate, but you can't do that, because in doing that, you are getting in your own way. You're getting in your own way. And I think that is part of the lessons that we are to learn in any part of our growth. We have to refrain from getting in our own way, no matter how much we empathize, because that is the difference. You can empathize with people because you have been in a situation before, or you can totally understand where they are, and you can offer, if they suggest, you can offer can offer advice according to your experience and what you think might be able to work. But you cannot backstep, backpedal, downgrade, or have sympathy for someone so much so that you remove yourself out of the high vibration of that you are, to be able to step into that energy with that person and hence try to upgrade them. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. You, for one, you don't have the power to do that. You only have the power to be able to keep going. Because if you have done the work for yourself and you're able to understand how much energy it actually does take to be able to come out of lower vibrations due to your experience, you know that you cannot afford to sacrifice yourself anymore for someone else. Oftentimes, or at least that I've learned, when you sacrifice parts of yourself at any time for anyone, it not only goes unnoticed, but it goes in vain. Because people will gladly take your fucking energy and not reciprocate anything. People will gladly fucking take your kindness for weakness. People will gladly not show reciprocity because they're unable to, and they know that they're unable to. But they just won't even try, because the only thing that they see is you have something at the time that they need or that they want, and they're okay taking, but not even trying to give or give back on any level, at any capacity. So you really can't afford to sacrifice any part of yourself for the embetterment of someone that you love and that you care about. If someone loves themselves and love you also in return, they have to do the necessary work to reach where you are. Now, if y'all on the same level, that's one thing. And if y'all able to exchange energy in order to empower each other as well as yourselves, that is one thing. But I am not discussing that right now. Right now, I am currently discussing how people who are on a lower vibration than you can recognize that they are on a lower vibration than you, and that can possibly look at you for inspiration and direction. But also they will look at you and try to trick you, manipulate you in the way of inspiration to be able to try to get your energy, use it, and or use it to upgrade themselves. And the reason why it doesn't work oftentimes is because the gods and the universe, they see that, like, on your way to ascension, it's not that I don't see you for who you are. It's that I have compassion for where you've been, because at some point or another I can identify with what you are feeling. And I was saying to myself, damn, let me see what I can do to probably help uplift this person or help this person understand that We have good days and bad days. Just don't allow your bad days to outweigh your good days, and have enough self-motivation and self-awareness to understand who you are, who walks with you, who you actually serve, and know that it's going to get better in time. It gets greater later, but it's going to take some time. You got to put the work in. That's my compassion speaking. But then my compassion has been taken for granted. It has been taken as a weakness. And then you find that people will try to sabotage or take your compassion and just think that you don't see, that you don't have discernment, that you don't have intuitive knowledge, that you're not who you actually say that you are. Like, it's bugged out that, well, it's bugged out to me. It may not be bugged out to you, depending on where you are in your life. But it's bugged out to me that people get the gist of who I am, get the gist of kind of like understanding that I know who I am, because it's not on them to know 100% that I know who I am, you know. But they get the gist that I'm self-aware. They get the gist of it, and still will look at me and say, I'm going to test the waters because I want to see if this bitch know who she really is, or I want to see if this bitch really is who she say she is. It's bugged out to me that people that I would allow in my space would look at me and feel like they could test me, or feel like it's okay for them to even test me. And it's bugged out to me, because I be saying to myself, yo, all this energy that you're using, any type of energy that you're using to be able to come up with something or conjure up in your mind a way to test me, why aren't you using that energy to continue to work on yourself, uplift yourself, build up yourself, and get in a state of mind where we can actually perhaps, you know, work together at some point? You're actually working on a way to try to sabotage this friendship or this connection or this relationship. You know, I've experienced people like this, and that's why it's bugged out to me. Like, damn, you either haven't learned enough about me to be able to say to yourself, all right, you know what, this is what she's on, and I like that about her, so I'm gonna work on it the same. Or, you know, I'm gonna work on myself. I'm gonna start putting the work in so that I can get there too. No, you don't do that, or you haven't done that. You look at me and feel some type of way towards the level that I have reached for myself, and you start to feel envy, and you either start to sabotage the connection, you feel some type of negative way towards me, even though I haven't done anything to you. You just learned enough about me to decide that I am actually who I say I am, and you don't like that. You question it within yourself, and then you start questioning me, and then you start telling lies about me, or you try to manipulate people that don't know me in order to try to give them an idea of why I don't fuck with you anymore. Because see, once I'm on to what it really is, here's the thing. I've been on to what it really is. I've been getting intuitive knowledge about who people actually are. aside from who they try to show me that they are. But the humanity in me says, you know what, let me give this person the benefit of the doubt, because they're going through something right now. And what they're going through don't have anything to do with me. And once they realize that, right? Because when you're caught up in your emotions, or when you're stuck in a place emotionally, sometimes you really don't know who's who, right? And I get that. So I say to myself, once they figure that part out and they see that, you know, it's really not me and it's just something that they're going through, then, you know, we can proceed on in this connection and be all right. But I've been hit to who you really are. And now it's being shown to me to the point that I can't deny it. I can't keep giving you the benefit of the doubt, because in doing so, it is hurting myself. And I'm not going to hurt myself because I love myself. So now I have to take a step back. And as I take a step back, you're manipulating other people into believing that the connection, in whichever way it is, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, a situationship, whatever it is, I'm just going to summarize it and say the connection. Whatever connection that we had is now severed, because for my mental, physical, and emotional health, I need to fucking detach. And so when people start to inquire, because at one time they seen us together, you know, they see that we were tight, and now they don't see me around anymore. So in turn, you start to manipulate those people and start to give them ideas in their mind that I'm a certain type of person, and that's why we don't have a connection anymore. Now, I've been through this enough times to understand what it really is. I just also want to put out there that the people that you're manipulating and the people that you're explaining this to are not people that are immediately a part of me. So it doesn't affect me at all. But if you are experiencing this, I need you to know that you're not alone and that you're not bugging, and that this actually happens. And it happens when people are envious of the level that you have reached to so far. And oftentimes it has nothing to do with material, even though there are people who are jealous or envious or whatever type of low vibe they feel towards you for surface level shit. It's people out there that's like that. Yes, it is. I've also encountered people like that. But oftentimes, you know, people feel some type of way towards you, and it's not for the material things that you have. It is for the vibe that you want. It is for your light that you have within. It is for it is envy, because the way other people receive you, that whether they know you or not, your light shines, and people feel some type of way towards that. People feel some type of way that the way people receive you, they're like, yo, you know, I don't know, she cool with me. She seemed mad cool. Or, yo, she always doing, you know, this, that, and the third. Or she seemed like she a good vibe. She seemed like she a high vibe. People in this day and age, because spiritual warfare is more rampant than I think it has ever been before, or maybe it's being revealed more than it's ever been before. But people feel some type of way towards that shit. If they feel like you have ascended in any type of way, or that you are who you say that you are, you say that you're an ascended being or an ascended soul, people feel some type of way about that. People even feel some type of way, you know, well, this has been, but religiously too. If you don't serve the same God that they serve, or connect religiously the way that they feel that you are, or that they used to religion operate, and they feel some type of way towards that too. And mind you, I want to go on record again to say that I am not a religious person. I do not claim a religion. I am a spiritual being, a spiritual soul. I do not require nor desire any particular religion to govern me. My governance comes from a higher source, which is God and the universe. I believe that we have spiritual parents, right? I do. And I don't want to get too much deeper than that, but I do believe that we have spiritual parents, and my relationship with the higher source is just that what it is. You don't have to like it. You don't have to understand it. It's not for you to understand. My relationship with the higher source is tailored between us, me and that higher source, right? And so you don't have to like it. Just don't disrespect it, because I won't ever disrespect how you choose to live your life. And as a whole, how you live your life have absolutely nothing to do with me, unless in some type of way we are connected spiritually or physically. But other than that, I have no say-so in how you live your life. And I won't ever try to think that I have any type of power or even influence on the way that you live your life. I am just living my life how I see best fit, and according to what has been shown to me on a spiritual level. So I won't ever disrespect how you have your relationship with source, higher source, and the God that you serve. I won't ever do that. I won't ever intervene in any type of way, especially in a negative way. You know, if I intervene, it's only because maybe, you ask me something, and I can give you information according to my own knowledge and understanding. I can do that. I can answer questions, but I won't ever intervene or try to with your higher source, your higher power. And I just wanted to say that. So thank you for listening. I just want you to know that when you start to elevate, right, in any type of way, when you start to elevate, people who are used to seeing and or dealing with you on a particular level is going to feel some type of way about your elevation. They're going to see it, and yes, they are going to judge it. It won't always be negative. You'll have some people that's very relieved and happy sincerely that you have elevated out of a certain state of mind. You do have those people, but you are going to have those people that are battling their own demons. They haven't figured out how to conquer it. They haven't even figured out how to converse with their demons and figure out, or do any type of shadow work. They haven't done any of that. But because y'all were able to relate on one level at some time or other, and when they see you start to elevate out of that level, they are going to feel some type of way. And it is up to you to do your due diligence for yourself and use your discernment to figure out how and or which way you are to move forward and operating with this person. Sometimes you will have to detach for your own mental, emotional, and sometimes physical health. You're gonna have to. I know I've been out of the way for a while. I am continuing to do the work that is necessary for me on every level to ascend. For those of you that have a sincere interest in my well-being, I am fine. Thank you. Thank you for having a sincere interest in my well-being, and I'm so grateful to my higher source for continuing to be with me, not abandoning me, showing me the way, and allowing me to achieve the milestone in which I've never achieved before, and so when you're achieving these milestones, sometimes it definitely has an effect, a good effect, but it's because I haven't reached this level before. And so as happy and as grateful as I am to be here, sometimes it's still shocking to me, to say the least. It's still shocking. So I want to go on record also for thanking my spiritual team and my higher source of power and my higher source of spirituality for continuing to guide me and let me know that this beautiful feeling of righteousness that I feel isn't me bugging out, and that I have graduated to this level so far, and it is okay for me to feel the way I'm feeling. I am allowing myself the grace and the understanding to feel what I feel, and it feels so good that it feels unbelievable, but I'm still allowing myself to be able to feel it and to recognize that that's what I'm feeling, and to be okay with it. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the negative feelings that we feel like when you're feeling so good and you feel a sense of relief and you feel the righteousness of the light that's being given unto you to be able to pull through and get through, that you kind of feel like you're undeserving. But you only feel that way because you're so used to going through the pain of it and the hurt. Excuse me. Pain and hurt is like synonymous, so pardon me. But you get what I'm saying. You just get so used to being on that level of it. You kind of feel like, is this real? You know what I'm feeling? You kind of like second guess yourself. But after you get through that phase, and believe me, the universe, God, they don't get upset when you second guess yourself, because they understand that you're human. They get that. So they don't get upset that you second guess yourself. And at the same time, they will not allow you to stay in the energy of second guessing yourself. So sure, you second guess yourself, and you be like, is this, but you'll hear the quiet voice, or you'll feel the inner knowing saying, it's okay. It's okay that this is kind of like a shock to your system. Do some breathing techniques so you can get through the moment in a healthy way, so that you are allowing your body and your brain to realize that this shit is real, and that it's okay to kind of be in shock. And this is what you need to do to be able to get through this moment and allow your brain to process and come to the realization that yes, this shit is real. And we want you to get used to this feeling, and so that it won't be such a shock next time, and you could begin to learn to live in your flow, so that when you get the intuitive knowledge, when you get the divine intervention, you'll basically and immediately begin to identify what it is, what's going on, do the techniques to be able to get through that moment, and continue to learn to live in the flow. Live in the flow of the righteousness that you have been doing the work to get through so far, and get through to, and be able to live in your level of abundance, baby. And FYI, Jordan, right, has came out with the new color, same design, new color. It is like a mint greenish kind of color. But anyway, the name of the color is abundance. Baby, baby, you know what I'm saying? And so this is Abundance speaking to you. I am signing out right now, baby. I wish you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, a beautiful weekend. I am back just checking in. And if you was wondering where I was, I still do post. I still post content that is very relevant to the channel. Hoping you still check it out just so that, you know, because it is important information that will be able to get through or help you to get through, help you still get some understanding. I am checking in, baby, because I'm still on my journey as well. Like, we still going through this shit together if you're still here, and I appreciate you watching. Peace and blessings to you. I hope you have ascended from the place that you were last time. Congratulations if you have. And you know what? Congratulations even if you haven't. But if you are still doing the work to get to the level of ascension that you require and desire, if you've been doing the work, I'm still want to congratulate you, because putting that work in ain't easy, baby. Some days be very dark, you know? And some days you're good. You know, healing is in and out, but it is okay because you made it to see another day. So congratulations to you. Peace and blessings. Until next time.